Welcome to Raw Talk. As always, there's a link down below in the description box to credit WWE for piecing this out for me to make it easier for me to recap what happened last night on Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes talking about setting his sights on the World Heavyweight Championship title. We all know that didn't come to fruition, but that's okay thanks to Brock Lesnar. And then we have here Seth freaking Rollins that defeated Shinsuke Nakamura and Damian Priest to advance to the semifinals. That was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this whole tournament. And what was funny for me to find out was supposedly people were surprised that this was taking place on Monday Night Raw and on SmackDown and not at some like premium live event. And apparently the NBA playoffs supposedly may have played a part as to why they decided to keep it on Monday and Friday. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. Mustafa Ali defeats Otis, so I don't have a problem with Mustafa Ali winning. I just didn't like the way in which he won. I kind of feel like it made him look a little bit weak. Otis, that is. But I'm perfectly fine with Mustafa Ali winning. It just felt short, and there could have been more there. You know, small guy versus the big guy. I would have liked to have seen more because I was actually, enjoying the match, plain and simple. So that's my thoughts on that. Finn Balor defeats Cody Rhodes and The Miz, obviously, because of, Brock Lesnar's interference. That's The Miz saying, yeah, I'm getting the Zack Ryder treatment again, and then bump. And then there's where Lesnar, the cowboy, went hog wild again on Cody Rhodes. I'm liking this feud. I'm liking it. It's good. Oh, and they're going to, I almost forgot the punchline there. They are going to face off against one another at Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. I don't know what kind of match it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be like a special kind of match, I'm smacking my microphone around. We'll have to just wait and see. Rhea Ripley came face to face with Natalya after the Dana Brooke match. I actually have something to say about this. I love Dana Brooke. She's super strong, just a much, much better competitor than you may realize she is. When she's given the opportunity to shine, you have to understand sometimes, and I've really noticed this, like wrestlers that can really go and do a lot in the ring sometimes don't look like they're doing much. And it's actually not because they're not able to. It's because you don't want them to oversell them looking so good. And that's actually part of the magic, because I'm telling you, if you go back and you look at the history of Dana Brooke and how she wrestles, she's actually quite incredible, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's as strong, if not stronger, not that it matters, than Rhea. This could be a colossus of a match between these two. And then Natalya, when she came out at the end, same thing with her. Well, she's a former champion, but I'm just saying, incredible. All three of these, okay, these women here, I would have to say are actually some of my favorites, along with typical Lita and Trish and all that. So it was nice to see them all on the screen at the same time. Didn't actually, enjoy the match as much, again, like I said, because I would have liked to have seen a little bit more back and forth. But hey, I'm not the director, the writer, the creative director, whatever they're called. And there may be a good reason for that. I'm just sharing I would have liked to have seen more, because again, it undersells Dana, and I don't like that. But I like Rhea as well. So anyhow, that's that. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn defeat Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. I've said it again. I repeat a lot of the same lines I said because a lot of times it's the same people we're seeing. So I'm kind of repeating some of the stuff I've said before. I love these two teams. I sometimes have a hard time adjusting to people that are predominantly known as singles competitors being in a tag team. Maybe I'm being biased because I'm French. Kevin Owens and, Sami Zayn are French. Not really. That's not why. I like them either way as singles competitors or as a tag team, whether they have the belts or not. But Ludwig again and Giovanni, they impressed me. Sometimes I forget just how great they are. Again, this is more than just them being, Gunther's henchmen. Like, these guys can actually hold their own, and it's just great. So I was entertained, as always, with this. Know nothing about her. Zoe Stark, I know she comes from NXT, but I've said this before and I'll say it again. I barely have time to breathe with all the things that I do on YouTube, all the different channels I'm working on, playing guitar, trying to work out, this, that, and the other thing, going hiking, keeping up with wrestling, SmackDown, Raw. I can't keep up with NXT. I can barely keep up with AEW and some of the other promotions. But a very good first impression. Because with all due respect, Nikki Cross just always kind of came across to me as a wannabe AJ Lee. I almost said AJ Styles. AJ Lee. That is her name. AJ. Oh my God, it's been a long time. Anxiety, ADHD, brain going all over the place. CM Punk's wife, Jay Lee. Yeah. So yeah, first time I've ever seen Zoe Stark, and I was impressed. I was like, yeah, this is believable. And then she won. And I like that because Nikki just doesn't do it for me. Nothing wrong with that. And she's a former champion. But then again, so are some other people that I don't even want to name, predominantly because I forget their name. But there's some people that have won champions, and I'm just like, what? Anyways, this was good. Good intro. Very good, impressive debut on Raw. So I'm excited to see where she goes. Becky Lynch returned to surprise WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus as she was cutting a promo. I gotta say, man, Trish never ceases to amaze me with her mic skills. Oh man, I love her. Plus it's that whole, like I said, it brings back memories, and she's more than just a nostalgia act. I get it. But it's just that it was awesome to see. And then she called out Becky's music. Remember that? Because remember, I'm assuming when you're watching me, you've already seen the show. She calls out her music, and then she wasn't really there. And then Becky comes out, and I thought it was another prank. Like the angle, the lighting, the change in the lack of eye makeup. I actually didn't recognize Becky at all. I thought it was like just sort of like a stunt double, and then, you know what I mean? I totally thought that's what was actually going on. And then I realized, oh, this really is Becky. I knew that. It was just funny for me. Anyways, I don't know if you had the same feeling. Dominic Mysterio defeats Xavier Woods. I've said this again before. I'm going to say it again. It's so dumb. It is so dumb. But the whole Xavier Woods, okay? Drove me nuts. Now, doing his little singles thing, there's no goofiness, there's no pancakes. I think I got burnt out on the whole New Day thing. I love them all individually. Like Kofi Kingston. Oh man, love that guy. Right? And now, I don't know, just looks different. He's got the nice dreads there. I really like the style. I don't know, it makes him look... I think the reason I kept going on about his hair before is it's kind of weird. I don't know. It just, to me, it feels like I could take him more seriously. And then you see him in the ring, and you're quickly reminded how amazing Xavier Woods is. But so's Dominic. Dominic really, really coming along. And I don't get... no, I don't actually. Get why so many people get on Dom and his physique. He's got to start hitting the gym. Hey, if you watch him... last year, or whenever he started being, on TV and actually wrestling and all that, and you watch him now, I keep saying this again. I think he's developing. I think he's actually improving. And when I watched this match, it was believable. Whereas maybe a year, 2 years ago, whatever, I would have been like, are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? So, and from what I remember, this was, Rhea Ripley interfered. Yeah, but I still kind of call it relatively clean. I have no problems with Dominic's physique because, to be perfectly frank, not everybody has to look like an Xavier Woods or an Ezekiel or Elias. I know they're the same person. Kevin Owens thinks they're the same person. Sorry, some people thought they were different people. I was remembering Twitter, the brain again, where some people were arguing that they were two different people. No, they're the same person. Not everybody's got to be built like that. Not everybody's got to have big bulging arms. Truth be told, and this is no disrespect, look at somebody like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. With all due respect, not exactly your typical beach body, front cover magazine. You're not going to see them on the front cover of GQ or Men's Fitness or something like that. But why not? Right? I mean, look at Sami Zayn. He doesn't have big, massive arms. I think, at quick glance, I think Dominic Mysterio's roughly, relatively-ish in that same range. And to me, it doesn't... Like, I don't see him and go, oof, that guy needs to pack on a bit of meat because it's not believable. No, he's fine just the way he is, in my opinion. That's all it is just an opinion. Okay, there's people out there that have come out. I keep saying this time and time again. Look, for the longest time ever, people like Earthquake, Tugboat, no offense, the all... man, my brain is slipping. Dusty Rhodes. The All-American Dream. It's because I was thinking of Cody for a second, the All-American Nightmare, and my brain was just going all over the place. Dusty Rhodes, again, makes me feel wonderful about myself. You know what I mean? Like, okay? But there's more to life, again, other than just how you look. Really. Just look at him as an overall performer, a character. Dude was amazing, right? Again, not everybody's got to look like the Ultimate Warrior. I mean this, Seth freaking Rollins defeats Finn Balor. This was a great match. This was the closing match from what I remember. Yes, it was. And it was definitely one of the highlights of the night, mainly because they're two of my favorites. And they are so good, they are so fluid, that when you pay crystal clear, close attention to these two going at it, and then you go back and watch some of the other people wrestle, I'm not going to name any names off the top of my head right now, you start to realize just how amazing these two are. There's like no awkwardness, no pauses. There are times where, like, I don't even know how to explain this, where superstars are going back and forth, and I get they got to communicate and all that because everything's scripted. And that in some ways can make it even harder than something like the UFC, where it's just like go out there and beat the shit out of them. But you could sometimes see the anticipation, like they're, like the opponent, the wrestler, whatever. They're waiting for that hit to come, like they know it's coming. And then in that moment, depending on the camera angle or if you're there at ringside, it can sometimes take away from it looking organic, right? It looking natural. Because I used to believe when I was a kid, when I was a super young kid, first of all, I thought wrestling was 100% real. Then I found out it was scripted. But when I found out it was scripted, I thought it was like a movie. I thought it was like a Tom Cruise or a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie or anybody else, where hit for hit, blow for blow, throw for throw, okay, was like script. And it's like, how do they remember after the punch there's gonna be a stomp, and then after the stomp you're gonna do a Falcon's arrow, and then you're gonna block that one. Took me a few years to realize, even after I knew it was scripted, that that's not how it works. Oftentimes the two people wrestling each other haven't even practiced with each other. Holy shit. Then I even got even more respect for the business. Anyhow, throughout the matches, like I said, week for week, whether it's AEW, doesn't matter the promotion, or WWE, there's what I call like soft botches, where it flows but it's not 100% mint. It's not a paragon. Okay? This to me was like practically a flawless perfect match. It was just incredible. So, very, very happy for Seth fucking Rollins. And I hope to God or whoever that he wins the whole fucking thing. Because he more than deserves it. I want him to have it. I want him to have it for a long, long time. And I'm very excited for him moving forward. Because I have a good feeling that they're going to do it. Had Cody Rhodes still been in there, I would have been on edge. But I'm glad they wrote him off again, as much as I love the guy. It's like I said yesterday in my other video. You don't finish the story by starting a new one. No, you don't. Anyhow, that's it for me. Oh, holy pineapple. I forgot. You know, some of the backstage stuff that you could sometimes see. There was a little promo. And this I'm very excited to see again. Where I hate when it does that because I'm just trying to drag it. It's the one with Jinder Mahal. I almost didn't recognize him. And, oh my goodness. I feel bad because I completely forget his name. Completely forget it. But anyways, Jinder Mahal looks like he might be like a manager, like a stable with, oh my goodness, WWE. I have to look it up now because it's going to completely drive me crazy. No, it's, yeah, right here. Veer Mahan. Jeepers. Veer Mahan. That I'm excited to see. He cut a promo, and when I first saw it, just Google WWE if you haven't seen it, Jinder Mahal. I'm excited to see where that goes. Jinder Mahal, Sangha Mahan coming. That is going to be it's going to be interesting to see where that goes. Anyhow, enough of that. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help. Support the channel with the algorithm. If you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down, and I'll bend it in half and twist it and give you one of those. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, naturally, that would be great. But if not, I get it. Thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.